why I don't get it. But everything else I'm fine with. Like, it doesn't take me long to do. But
So it's not a pleasant experience at all?
no, but I'm better. Like I'm fine in all the other maths. It's just that I've taken.
It's just FST.
FST just and calculators just kill me. I hate it.
You don't like calculators?
No,
Those darn
I want
things.
to break them in half. At least graph y. You know, graph y equals nx plus b. And the plug in. It's like
On the calculator?
On the calculator, it's like shoot me. I don't know how to do that. Plus he doesn't give us like good notes so that if we don't remember, we can't look back. You know. So
Okay.
it's really messed up.
Austin, have you had to do scatter plots yet?
Yeah.
You made
Those
us
are
do like
fun.
40 points. Yeah, in AP statistics, it took me like 3 hours to do my homework because I had like 5 scatter plots with like 40 different points.
Yeah, that's why we don't do statistics.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
Emma
Yeah,
just
I hate it.
expressed
Don't set yourself up for failure.
is one strategy that a lot of people employ, that's right, which is to preempt failure by not undertaking tasks that you expect to fail at. But when you're in a position where you have to do those tasks,
Oh, I just have to pass it.
In order to
class.
graduate, for example?
In order to graduate. I just have to pass it. this
right,
year,
so you adjust your expectations.
Well, I want to do well, but it's, at the same time, I know right now I just don't. Even with the help of like Jam and kind of talking, it's like last year I got things easily because we had notes that they do everything out, and then the notes Dr. Vitten would actually write out like what you would have to do on the calculator to do a certain thing. Jam is just like he kind of expects you to know it after he demonstrates it once. And then we're just kind of sitting there, like some of the kids, like I know myself, and I don't know if you have the same thing, but it's like, Jesus Christ, Jam, write something out for crying out loud.
It bothers you. See,
Yeah.
he's frustrated already.
Oh,
What happens?
me.
I don't want to sound cold or heartless. And everybody knows.
Hello,
Disney
little
characters
Miss Muffet.
loves to take the elevator. That's okay.
Hey, Alice.
Look at those shoes.
Alice, if I were Alice, I'd be afraid to get into an elevator because I don't think I would understand what it meant, and it might
you're just
trigger
basically on the
flashbacks.
biggest
Oh, shit.
damn friend ever.
It might trigger flashbacks of her 8th grade acid trip that put her down a hole.
Thank you for elaborating.
Okay.
It's really
No,
bad.
I'm serious. You're a very creative guy, and you're awake this morning.
Woo!
Bless your little soul.
And your Red Bull that you've been always drinking.
Engage with a
Where's Rolf?
hypothesis about Rolf's means of waking up. Is he correct?
Psychology.
I didn't even hear what he said.
Said something about a Red Bull.
A Red Bull? Did you
No, I
did you
don't- I
do
don't-
caffeine
I
this
don't like
morning?
Red Bull.
No, he doesn't
I
crack.
just shot up heroin. That works.
Oh, no.
Crack anymore.
He's not.
Yeah. I did heroin and then
Is he
coke
here this
at the same
period?
time.
Oh, fuck.
That's why I was
It's
able
okay,
to.
Dolan. It's okay.
That would explain why, as I was walking away, coming toward the place where I am now, he tried to hail me, tried to call me, and I was in such a hurry that I heard
I
somebody.
bet it's a college meeting, I think.
I hope so. So listen.
If you tried
Hey, you're going to college, Stolen?
No, I went to college.
Oh.
Touche.
Dolan, where did you go to college? I want to know. It's okay, you can.
We can talk
University
about
of
that.
Canada.
But first, we like to call it can you.
Yeah.
No, not can.
I could do Barbara Streisand, but that would frighten the crap out of everybody.
No, actually,
Let
I
that
think
be a
I-
threat.
I
Listen,
think that's you.
perceived competence. We're drifting. Perceived competence. So when you are forced to do something that you, in your heart of hearts, expect not to do well at, or you feel like no matter how hard you try, you can't engineer the outcome you want, kind of like trying to write really rapidly with your non-dominant hand, it's just so frustrating. There's a visceral frustration that you feel. A lot of people feel that with math. Sometimes people feel that with foreign language. People feel that with all kinds of different things. It's brutal, and as Emma points out, one of the strategies that people employ is just to avoid taking those courses in the first place or engaging in those activities. But if you can't avoid taking the course, then what might happen, let this be a warning to Austin and to all of you, is that there's this tendency to kind of take your medicine as quickly as possible, to go through the work in a really cursory way, or deliberately to perform poorly, so that you can attribute your lousy performance not to your ineptitude, but to your willful decision to blow it off. And this often happens without people being aware of it. And it's pervasive in schools. I think it's a really important thing to be mindful of always. Because when you're good at something, what are some of the experiences that you have? What are you going to do with that? We don't want that. Right is evil. It would seem to be a distraction at this point.
No.
Your brain
Can
is
you just sit there
dead.
and look at it quietly? When you're good at something, what are some of the consequences of being good at it? What happens when you're good at something? What do?
You do it all the
You
time.
do
You
well.
do it a lot.
Oh.
Yeah. And subjectively, what's it like to do something that you feel that you're pretty good at?
Oh, it feels great.
You're just playing along, aren't you?
No, it feels good.
What's something you're really good at, Rolf?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's not very nice, Austin.
I'm really good at doing drugs.
No, seriously. What's something you're really skillful at?
I'm okay at tennis.
Yes, you are. What about video games? Are there any games you're
Oh, I'm
really-
fantastic at video games. That's all I
Like
do.
which ones?
Like,
You could probably kill people in Call of
oh,
Duty.
yeah, I Unreal Tournament. I was one of the best people in the world at that game.
Real Tournament?
Unreal Tournament.
Unreal Tournament. The best people in the world.
Yeah, I was like 50.
In the world.
Yeah,
How did that feel?
50 isn't the best.
it was pretty cool. Except for 30 seconds after I looked, I was like 500th.
Oh, you were really
So
up
many
there.
people are
But
playing.
you were way up there.
Yeah.
So it feels good to do it. How about tennis?
It feels good to go at advisory and just kick the crap out of everybody in tennis.
Yeah, it feels good. And people tend to spend more time doing what they're good at. So the challenge then becomes for you to find a way around the psychological
No.
barriers that prevent you from getting better at stuff you kind of need
God.
to be okay at, but that really you hate to do. So what are some strategies that you guys have come up with
Don't do it.
besides avoidance? Are there any strategies?
Somebody else.
Pay somebody else to do it for you.
Just as bad as you are.
Say that again, Sarah.
Do it with somebody else who's just as bad at it as you are. And
Okay.
Put it together and you feel completely awful about yourself.
So
It's
you're
like how fat people will hang out.
Austin could play a symphony
Okay.
with his asshole. That's what Austin could do.
Where did that come from?
farting over and over. It was a joke.
Okay. It's so delicately put. So,
I do wonders.
I know, see, the reason I
Like
ask is,
Alcoholics Anonymous too.
but don't you guys feel, haven't you felt the way that Austin is describing as if you have been in this position?
Yeah,
that
in
you
Spanish
repeated?
class.
So what do you do?
Pay somebody else to do it for
Try and do
Okay.
as good as I can and get a tutor.
So you get somebody to help you out?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait for the bell.
all right,
And find ways to get yourself more organized and stuff.
okay.
There's always little things in those classes that you can do that'll get you
Okay, good. You guys,
get you great.
so you guys seem to have found a lot of constructive approaches for dealing with these difficulties. When you get older, you know what you'll do?
Drink.
Avoid it.
You may drink. Yeah, you'll just totally avoid it because you'll be able to. And then you'll badmouth or denigrate
And
the
then
whole
you'll end
discipline.
up,
It'll be like Spanish.
giving blowjobs
I don't
for
need your
crack.
stinking Spanish. What?
Nothing.
Yeah, yes, I know that's a snippet of a lyric from a South Park song, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Which in that
I was
context is
just,
funny, and in this context is shockingly inappropriate.
Problems in your brain.
Yeah, that would cause serious problems.
Dolan, you look like the kind of guy that would throw back a Corona, don't you?
Wait, a frog?
We're talking about drugs, oral sex, alcohol. I'm
See,
so
they all
proud
mix.
of you right now.
Now let's talk about rock and roll.
They're all pretty
Yeah.
much the same thing.
No,
it's
they're
all
not,
just
Rolf.
rock and roll.
Rolf, I love your participation.
It's all heavy metal.
Comma, sometimes, period. Okay,
Side.
I think we're done with that.
Yeah, but
Okay. I bring this up because I think that one of the central problems a lot of students face in school is willing themselves to do stuff that they really hate doing and somehow finding a way to get